You have probably picked up a carton of brown eggs, debating whether they are actually better than the white ones. And trust me, almost all of us have been there. They are the exact same size, tucked neatly into identical cartons. And they are the absolute soul of the classic American breakfast. But somehow, that carton of brown eggs usually carries a heftier price tag. So what exactly draws this dividing line? Is it the breed of the chicken, their diet, or the nutritional value hidden inside? Today, we are going to peel back the real difference between brown eggs and white eggs, the origin of the color, the nutritional myths, and exactly why you are forced to pay extra for one over the other. You probably think the color of the chicken's feathers dictates the color of the eggshell, right? White-feathered chickens lay white eggs. Brown-feathered chickens lay brown eggs. Sounds incredibly logical, makes perfect sense. But science does not work that way. To understand the true origin, we have to look much closer. Not at the feathers, not at the beak, but at one incredibly tiny detail. This is the part that surprises almost everyone. Look at their earlobes. Yes, chicken earlobes. You heard that right? The genetic rule here is crystal clear. Let's take the white leghorn breed as an example. They have white earlobes. And the result? They lay white eggs. What about the flip side? Chicken breeds with red earlobes, typically the classic Rhode Island red. They will produce brown eggs. One genetic code, one earlobe color, dictates the shell color. Done. It's that simple. And this biological distinction is deeply ingrained in American culture, especially in New England. This is the very birthplace of the Rhode Island red breed. Over there, people used to pass around a catchy slogan, brown eggs are local eggs, and local eggs are fresh. Simply thanks to one genetic trait, the brown shell automatically became a symbol of the farm-fresh lifestyle. But hold on, if the color is merely dictated by a genetic code, if red earlobes and white earlobes do absolutely nothing to alter the quality inside, then why? Why is it that when you stand in front of the supermarket shelf, a carton of brown eggs is always more expensive? What exactly are you paying extra for? For the chicken's genetic code? Or for a completely different reason? But first, you need to know a shocking secret about the physical structure of this egg. Have you ever wondered how that rustic brown shell is actually created? The little-known truth is, it doesn't start out that way at all. Let's look at the formation process of an egg. It takes about 26 hours. And here's the fascinating part. For the first 20 hours, every single commercial egg is exactly identical. Regardless of the chicken breed, the calcium carbonate shell constructed inside the chicken's body is always white, pure white, absolutely no exceptions. So, where does the brown color come from? Only in the final 90 minutes. That's right, the absolute last minute before it leaves the body. The hen begins to secrete a biological dye. The scientific term for it is protoporphyrin 9. Sounds complicated, but in reality, it is a byproduct from the breakdown of blood. This pigment layer is sprayed right onto the outermost cuticle, exactly like a coat of paint. If you don't believe it, you can try this. Grab a piece of coarse sandpaper, rub it vigorously across the surface of a brown egg. The paint will scrape right off, revealing the original white color underneath. The shell is stripped bare. The truth is exposed, and nature always loves to play with colors. Some South American chicken breeds lay blue or olive green eggs. This time, the coating is a different pigment. Its name is biliverdin. Does that word sound unfamiliar? Not at all. Next time you accidentally bump into something and leave a bruise on your skin, watch closely when that bruise turns a greenish hue. That is biliverdin, the exact same chemical compound in humans and on eggshells. Astonishingly clever. But let's pause for a second. If that brown shell is just a last-minute camouflage paint job, then what is actually hiding inside the yolk? Why is it that when we pick them up, brown eggs feel significantly sturdier and thicker than white eggs. Is this truth really worth paying extra for at the supermarket? Think back for a moment. When you hold a brown egg in your hand, does it feel sturdier to you? Thicker? A lot of people believe it does. But once again, our senses are deceiving us. The truth is, the thickness of the shell has absolutely nothing to do with the color. It depends on one single factor: the age of the chicken. Young pullets lay small eggs. The amount of calcium enveloping a smaller surface area makes the shell incredibly thick, extremely tough. But as the chickens age, they lay larger eggs. And here's the problem. The amount of calcium their bodies secrete is fixed, the exact same amount of material, but now it has to be stretched out to encase a larger egg. The result? The shell thins out. It becomes far more fragile. White or brown? It doesn't matter. Age is the only answer. The law of physics. It's simple and ruthless. Now let's circle back to the question. If brown eggs aren't better, aren't sturdier, why does a carton of brown eggs always drain more money out of your wallet? The answer lies in a fundamental economic math problem. Look at the size of the two chickens. The white leghorn breed is incredibly petite. They only weigh about 4 to 5 pounds. To lay a dozen eggs, they only need to eat roughly 3 pounds of feed. Highly economical, highly efficient. But the Rhode Island Red is different. They are giant birds, weighing in at 6 or 7 pounds. A massive physique demands a massive amount of calories just to maintain. To produce that exact same dozen eggs, they have to consume up to 3.5 pounds of feed. This discrepancy creates a massive financial burden for the farms. Do you know who ends up shouldering that price difference? You do. When you dig into your pocket to pay a few extra dollars for a carton of brown eggs, you are absolutely not buying a premium egg. In reality, you are simply footing the bill for that massive hen's dinner. A brutal truth. But that is exactly how the industry operates. Science has spoken. The economics have been exposed. But when you crack that egg onto a hot skillet, our taste buds tell a different story. Look at the yolk. Some are a pale yellow. Others boast a deep, vibrant orange. It looks highly premium. Do you think the deep orange is an exclusive privilege of brown eggs? Absolutely not. The color of the yolk is 100% dictated by the chicken's diet. If the hens are fed a diet rich in yellow corn or marigold petals, the yolk will soak up the carotenoid pigments. It will shift to a deep orange, white shell or brown shell. It doesn't matter. The diet is king. And what about the flavor? Blind taste tests have proven it. Nobody can tell the difference. They are identical down to the molecule. Unless the chicken was fed fish oil. In that case, the egg will carry a slightly fishy odor, regardless of what color the outer shell happens to be. And here's the part that surprises almost everyone: those tiny blood spots. You've probably cracked an egg and found a tiny red speck inside, right? It looks intimidating, like the egg has gone bad. But the truth is, it is perfectly safe. Just a microscopic ruptured blood vessel. The fascinating part lies right here. Why do you encounter it more frequently in brown eggs? The answer is just one word: light. In the factories, they use intense light to candle the eggs and spot internal defects. The white shell is delicate and translucent. The scanners see right through it effortlessly. But the brown shell is different. It is dark. It blocks light exceptionally well. It acts exactly like a curtain concealing its flaws. And so, those harmless blood spots slip right past the inspectors. Floating straight into your home kitchen, white exposes, brown conceals. It is that simple. All the data points to absolute equality. The exact same texture, the exact same quality, the exact same flavor. So why? What is it that still compels millions of Americans to voluntarily pay more? The answer doesn't lie in biology. It lies in psychology and a masterclass in behavioral conditioning. To understand the root of this bias, we have to rewind to the past. There was an era when brown eggs were looked down upon as country eggs, the eggs of small-scale subsistence farmers, the eggs of the poor. Meanwhile, white eggs were the gold standard of industry, clean, sterile, modern. But the world flipped. The clean-eating movement exploded. People started craving anything tied to nature. Think about whole wheat bread or artisanal brown paper bags. The color brown was automatically labeled as rustic, as organic, as healthy. Manufacturers understood this perfectly. They didn't need to change the egg, they just needed to change the narrative. The prejudice completely inverted. Brown eggs skyrocketed, becoming the ultimate symbol of a premium lifestyle. In the UK, there was even a time when consumers completely boycotted white eggs because of this exact obsession. A single color, deceiving an entire generation. To sum it all up, the boundary between brown eggs and white eggs does not lie in nutritional superiority. It lies in a red earlobe, a few pounds of extra feed for a chubby chicken, and an absolutely beautiful sleight of hand played on human perception. It leaves us with a profound lesson. That sometimes, even the most familiar and inexpensive items sitting in your fridge are actually a razor-sharp lens, reflecting the exact way our own minds operate. 2 eggs, 2 colors, the exact same essence. Next time you stand in front of the supermarket aisle, the power of choice is entirely in your hands.